Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while since my last video I posted, which was last week. So I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you all are doing good in your classes. Please keep in mind that if you all need anything, please email me. I've added my email to each of the pages on your Google Classroom, just in case you do need to get a hold of me. Although if you go up to people on the top of Google Classroom, you'll see my name there. You can also click on that to send me an email or send me a private message through the Google Classroom as well, and I'll get it usually that same time within that same time period, and I'll try to respond to you as soon as I can. So please do not hesitate to message me if you need me. Okay, and also I've also added a link to the counselors if you need to talk to the counselors about grades, anything else that might be that might not be able to be taken care of by a teacher. You can always contact the counselors. Okay. So last week we like I said, we did talk about we talked about some things about interviewing. When you first walk in, how you dress, how you make that approach, and basically how you make that first impression. Those are some of the biggest, most important things when going in for a job interview. So this week, you saw a little video, hopefully before this one, that talked about some of the top 10 questions that are going to be asked by an employer. And you got to think about it. Think about this when you go into a job interview. Sometimes it might not just be one person interviewing you. It could be anywhere from 1 to 4. And usually when they get past 2 people, it's called a panel. And that panel is basically each one of them are going to ask you either 1 or 2 questions. And then they're going to usually be writing stuff down. Like I said, it all depends on the type of job you're interviewing for. But sometimes there are going to be more than one person interviewing you. So try to go in there with that mentality, knowing that that's possible. It's a possibility. But don't be nervous. Try not to be nervous. I know sometimes it can be very nerve-wracking to have more than one person asking you questions. Trust me, I've been there, so I know how it is. But you gotta be ready for it when you walk in there. And like anything, it's good to practice. I'm not saying memorize, but you need to practice when you go in for these interviews. Find somebody you can talk to, either through video or in person, that you can talk to and kind of go over some things of what you would say in an interview. So one of the top things that I feel, and you saw it in the video previously, was when they ask you to tell them about yourself. So what does that exactly mean? No, they don't want to know what you did over the summer. No, they don't want to know your personal life. They want to know what are you as an individual bringing to the table. In other words, how are you going to help better their company or their business by working for them? So when they're asking you that question, that's kind of what they're trying to get at. They want you to tell them about you and why you are the best candidate for that position. So when it gets into that, your answer should be about how you're going to be a good role or a good person to hire for that role of that position you're applying for. So if it's a customer service position, you got to think about it as, well, if it's something where I'm going to be working around people, how can I show them or tell them that I'm trying to get my train of thought here. I'm not used to doing videos. That how is it going to help their company? In other words, so what's the biggest thing that a customer service representative does? They work with customers, people that come in and get the service that your company provides, whether it be ordering food, buying clothes, getting your car washed, whatever it might be, whatever job it is you're applying for. You got to think about what it is you're going to be able to add to that. So, customer communication. So you can talk about how you communicate very well. You can talk to people. You can help them figure out problems that they might be having, or if they have a question about a piece of merchandise, that you're going to be able to help that person. So you talk about your strengths. Talk about what it is that you can do that's going to make that company look good. Okay. Keep it professional. It's not about being personal. It's not about the personal stuff you've done, but how you're going to be able to do that. You can talk about if you belonged in a club in high school where you had to organize things and stuff like that. Talk about that. Talk about your organizational skills. What is it that you can do that nobody else can do, or you can do it better? Of course, write these things down. Try to talk about that. And also, when you're doing this, have a little bit of passion about it. Talk about it in a way that they feel that you are passionate about the job you're applying for. That you're going to be you're going to be the best person they could pick for that position. So think about that. Okay, think about those kind of things. Remember, you're there to sell yourself. You're there to tell them about who you are and why you're going to be important for that company. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try to make sure that you're, like I said, not nervous. I know, even though you're going to be nervous on the inside, don't let them see it on the outside. There's a saying is, don't let even when you're nervous, don't let them see you sweat. And that's something that is very important, because you've got confidence in yourself. There's a reason why you applied for that job, not just to make money, but because you know you can do it. So go in there with that mentality. Keep that mentality going through the whole interview. People love that. They see that in you. They see what a passionate person this is. This guy or this girl might be the best person for this job. And that's what they're looking for. So you're trying to put yourself above anybody else that they're interviewing, okay? Because they might not know these skills. They might not think about when they go into their interview that this is what is going to be asked of them. So I'm trying to give you that information now so that you have an idea. So that question, tell me about yourself. I want you to think about this, because you're gonna write a little something for me, and I want to let you know if that's good or if that needs work on. Okay, so this is not about wrong or right. This is about me helping you get the right answers that you need when this question is asked to you. So what I want you to do is write me just a couple of sentences, maybe 2 or 3 sentences, telling me what it is about you that's going to make a company want to hire you. So think about that. Look up some ideas. Maybe some ideas that you think might be who you are as a person. Okay, if you got good communication skills, talk about that. Talk about why you have good communication skills. You can talk to people. If you're a problem solver, that's another good thing. Okay, problem solving is a big thing when it comes to working in a business. I work for Home Depot, so therefore Home Depot, I have to solve a lot of problems for a lot of customers. So that's one of the big things. Communication is the other thing as well. So think about those 2 things. If you're a people person, somebody that just people like to be around, and you have that glow about you that people like, and you bring smiles to people's faces. Talk about that too. Say, hey, I'm the kind of person that can, make somebody who's not very happy smile. Talk about the things that you can do to make yourself look like the perfect employee. Okay, that's basically what you're doing. You are selling yourself. Okay, so when they ask this question, tell me about yourself. Think about that. What are you going to do? What are you going to show that will make them understand that you are the best person for that position? So I'll put the directions in the discussion today, talking about what I'm asking you to do. So you're going to give me some idea. You're going to give me some things that you would say during an interview that would tell me about yourself. Okay. And once again, I'm here if you have questions. If you're still not sure about what I'm asking, message me, email me. I'm available pretty much Monday through Friday all the way to 3:30. Okay. So, and even sometimes at night if I'm on my computer, or if I have my phone with my emails coming in, sometimes I check, sometimes I answer y'all back. So if you don't hear from me that evening, trust me, you're gonna hear from me the next day. But I want you to start thinking about these things. Some of y'all might have this experience already because you've gone through some interviews, but some of y'all might not. And you need to start thinking about this. And then of course the key to this is practice, practice, practice. Once you start figuring out these things and you start writing these things down, because we're going to go over some other ones next week, some of the other top 10 questions that are going to be asked. I'm going to go on to the next one after that, which I believe is why should we hire you? So that's going to be the other thing we're going to talk about next week. But anyway, this is about you telling the employer what it is about you that's going to outshine anybody else they interview. Okay, so you're selling yourself on this. So think about that. Think about some things I talked about. If you're not sure, Google that. Google some examples. Tell me, put on there. Tell me about yourself. Interview question. I guarantee you're gonna find some stuff. But the thing is, you need to relate it to who you are. Okay, so if you're not sure how to go about it, Google it, look it up, get some ideas. But remember, it has to be about who you are as a person. Okay, if it doesn't really fit you, it could come back and bite you later. Okay, so it's got to be something that you might see an answer and go, oh, I can do that. I've done that before. Maybe you were in some kind of organization, maybe you played sports, something that might have helped you with this part. Or you've had a job before. And if you've had a job before, you kind of have an idea what an employer looks for in an employee and what they expect from you. So look those things up, or if you have something already in your head that you think it will work, use it. Okay, so I'm going to put the instructions on there about what I want you to answer, and just kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. No more than maybe 3 sentences. All right, just to kind of get an idea of what. That way you can know when you get asked this question, you're going to already be prepared for it. All right, so I hope everybody has a great weekend. It was nice talking to you guys. Once again, remember, I am here if you need to chat, okay? If you need to talk about anything, I'm here for you. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I'll talk to you all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.